Welcome back to the Diaspora channel. I'm Kai Gabiam and thanks so much for clicking on today's video. A Nigerian senator, Ike Ekweremadu, his wife, and a third person were sentenced to prison in the UK. The judge is referring to the young man involved in this case as C.
Senator Ike Ekweremadu and Dr. Price Ekweremadu, you have each been convicted of conspiracy to commit an offence of human trafficking. You brought a young man to London to exploit him. The exploitation was the proposed donation of a kidney for reward. The reward was to be the payment of money and a chance to work in the United Kingdom. You each played a part in that despicable trade. You, Abina Abeta, underwent a kidney transplant at the Royal Free Hospital in London in 2021. You said that you and your donor were cousins. That was a lie. You, Senator Ike Ekweremadu, and you, Dr. Price Ekweremadu, have a daughter, Sonia. She is very ill. She is suffering from FSGS, nephrotic syndrome. She needs a kidney transplant. Everybody has enormous sympathy for her and for the impact on each of you seeing your daughter's suffering. Sonia's uncle, Diwe Ekweremadu, knew Abina Abeta from medical school. He got in touch. C grew up in a village where he had no electricity or running water. He left school at the age of 15 and he went to Lagos, where he sold phone accessories from a wheelbarrow in a market. He was earning about 3,500 naira a day, the equivalent of just £7. Tests in Nigeria showed that his blood group was the same as Sonia. He agreed to come to the UK. I am sure that he did not at any point agree to donate a kidney to Sonia altruistically. There was no reason why he should do so. He was not related to your family. He did not know Sonia or any other member of your family. Nothing was put in place to secure his future healthcare needs if he donated a kidney. The wealth and power inequality and disparity between you and C could not be more marked. You have held high political office. You had many staff, including domestic staff, maids, chefs and drivers. You own multiple properties around the globe. There is evidence of as many as 40. More than £400,000 went into your bank account over a 6-month period. By contrast, C was unable to afford a £25 fare to travel from Lagos to Abuja. You each conspired together to bring C to the UK in order to exploit him. You all knew that was unlawful. You, Ike Ekweremadu, had been part of the legislature that had introduced the law that made that conduct a criminal offence in Nigeria. You, Abina Abeta, secured the visa. You did so by telling a lie that C and Sonia were cousins, the same lie that you had told in respect of you and your donor. You also secured a fabricated affidavit testifying to their relationship as cousins, just as you had done for your transplant. You asked the Ekweremadu family to pay C a fee of 3.5 million naira. The jury rejected your account that the fee was for his loss of earnings. The fee was paid by you, Ike Ekweremadu. The jury rejected your account that you knew the fee was a scam and that no reward would ever be paid to C. The evidence suggests that a corrupt relationship was established with a member of Royal Free staff, an interpreter who agreed to help with, quotes, coaching the boy, end quotes, and to provide the, quotes, relevant interpretation, end quotes. You, Ike Ekweremadu, were instrumental in establishing and controlling that corrupt relationship. The clinicians at the Royal Free Hospital once again believed the untruthful account that the donor and recipient were cousins. There was, however, a concern about the risk to C, given his age and his ethnicity. After taking account of the aggravating and mitigating factors in your case, I impose a sentence of 9 years and 8 months imprisonment, subject to allowing for the time which you have spent remanded in custody. You will serve 2/3 of the sentence in custody and will be on licence thereafter for the rest of the sentence. You can sit down. Dr. Beatrice Ekweremadu, would you stand up, please? In your case, I adopt a starting point of 6 years custody. I do not consider that the aggravating factors that are present in the case of your co-defendants apply to you. You were not directly involved in the identification of the donor. You were also motivated by the desperate plight of your daughter and by maternal love. Further, in your case, I accept that although Sonia is an adult, you have substantial caring responsibilities towards her. Your incarceration will have a significant impact on her, in that she will no longer be able to rely on your presence as a source of care and support. Having regard to those factors, I impose a sentence of 4 years and 6 months imprisonment. You have spent 234 days on an electronically monitored curfew between 9 p.m. and 7 a.m.
I will add the video link in the description box, the full video, so you can listen to it your own time. But the judge said something very interesting, which is one of the character. When we're talking about African politicians, there is some kind of patterns you're going to see. He said this senator owns 40 properties across the globe, £400,000 paid into his account in the period of 6 months, but he never thought or fought for the rights care facilities to be built in the country. Just a typical description of African politicians. Sickness is something that can happen to anyone at any time. But for some reasons, these people, they never think about what if, because they are so selfish. They know if anything like that happens to them or a family member, they just need to fly abroad and solve that problem and go back again. They don't think about the everyday people, the general public. That is not their business. And this is the price you pay for selfishness. That's how I look at it. And I hope with what happened to this senator, the rest of the politicians out there will learn from it. But sadly, I know that will not happen. It's just so disgraceful seeing things like this broadcasting everywhere, how these our politicians are behaving. And with the money they have in their accounts, Why can't you just, as a group of politicians, sit down and say, how can we solve this problem? Why can't they employ Nigerians or other Africans' health professionals? Pay them the money they are earning abroad. So those surgeons, doctors, caregivers can even decide to work every 3 months or 6 months on the continent and rotate them if they don't want to live in Africa permanently, maybe because of their family situations or other things. But no, they won't think about things like this because they are so selfish. They know if anything is wrong with me, I just need to fly abroad and fix the issue. We can't be surprised if these people, they don't respect us. Look at how our leaders are behaving. I never heard a king from Saudi Arabia, a prime minister of the UK, or a French president go to Africa for a treatment. Why can't they sit down and do what is right for the people and themselves? For this senator, it's a little bit too late for him to learn. But this is what happens when you don't build your country or put in place the necessary basic facilities, healthcare system that will treat everybody, not only flying abroad every 5 minutes because you are able to do that. You don't think about the rest. There you go. This is what you get. Let me hear from you in the comment section. It's about time our leaders start thinking and doing what is right, not only for themselves, but for the people. Because this happened here in the UK, the young boy involved in this case will receive the appropriate help, and they won't be able to just use him and dump him whilst no one will be able to stand against them. So I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now and have a lovely weekend.